And tonight's caller. Is he dead? I can't remember. I think it's Birdie. I think it's back to you.
I think it's me.
Yeah. You're the group caller. What happened last time?
Okay. So this is off the top of my head because the 3 notebook pages I had of notes completely disappeared off the face of the earth. But we were exploring a cavern and trying to find treasure and not die from orcs or trolls, which was all we thought was down there. And going through different rooms, finding different things, but we're trying to get just enough to pay the toll for the bridge we need and pay off the accruing interest that we get for just existing at the tavern. And then we heard a woman scream, but we weren't sure about it. And we were like, well, we'll just go see. Maybe we'd found another secret door. And so to escape a troll or something, we didn't know what it was, didn't want to know, went inside and went down this passageway that the goblins hadn't discovered yet. Or orcs hadn't discovered yet. Nothing had been down there, and we heard the scream, and we kept going. And it was this big open chamber, just like the others, except there's a big chasm running across the center of it. And we spent a little while trying to figure out how to get across. We threw a torch down there to go, okay, is there something down there waiting to eat us? We didn't see anything. And Ben was the brave one. He decided to try crossing, and just after he got across, we saw her. She was a ghoul of some kind. And he scurried back across. We didn't get to the minecart with treasure on the other side immediately. And we ended up in combat with her, trying to decide, do we flee? Do we keep going? Ended up in combat with her, and in the process, some took heavy damage. She was casting a lot of magic spells at us. And we lost, was it Edward? And then I'm trying to remember which dwarf it was that was injured. Tharnlin?
Yeah, Helmer, Tharnlin, and then Edward perished. Yeah.
So we did get some good loot on the other side, some spell books and stuff, but we're not quite sure it was worth it because we lost a good friend. Ratbite Ben is the only original one left in the party. So we got the loot, we got enough to pay everything off, but it's kind of a hollow victory because we lost a friend. And we hightailed it back out of the cage with the loot. Some of us got spell books. I have an enchanted sword, I think it is. And we went back to the tavern and grieved and buried our friend, and that's where we left off.
Yeah. We'll actually just start there just in case, because having left the made it out with all of your treasure, I think I had proposed, honestly, the safest thing to do with a poor person's, your poor friend's body is probably not to bring it back to that hive of scum and villainy right now and across the acid lake. So building a temporary cairn, and then hopefully recovering him later to give him a full burial by the rights of his people of a strange place called England. So at the
bury him in Brandonsford, right? That was the plan.
Yeah,
we're all done. Let's take him back to Brandonsford to bury him.
Right. We needed a lot of salt.
The knights probably wouldn't have much to say on things. They did not know him personally, except that they saw his valor in battle at the Battle of Griff's Bluff. But, Tharnlin, he doesn't have much to say. He puts his hand on the rocks for a moment in silence. Squints does not, but Knob Boulderhill does. And he comes up and he talks to who, for him, Nob, he says, my whole life I studied the Mathams, the stories, the book that had Sir Brandon in it, who saved our people and formed the wall around Brandonsford and helped defeat the dragon Wrath and save the land. And I had read in the Mathams that someone was supposed to come back and take back up the sword and save the land again someday. And I knew this. I knew this when the when the fairies and goblins and everything started troubling our forest outside Brandonsford. I knew, but I couldn't tell any of my friends that were hobbits. It's not a very hobbitish thing to do, to talk about stories of a big person coming and taking up a sword. But there you were, Edward. You and your friends. You came and you said that you were from 2 different worlds away. And you just appeared there. My people would have thought I was insane traveling to the Dragon Shrine to ask for someone to come and help us, but there you were. And then you came to Brandonsford and you found the sword and you slew the dragon. And now there's a chance that everything can be okay again. And I didn't want to, well, it's not a very properly hobbitish thing to want, but I had wanted to go with you, Edward, until the end of this. I thought I might not make it, but I wanted to go, but I never wanted to be the Thane of the Commonwealth of Brandonsford, and I never wanted people to get hurt. More than anything, I never thought I would be the one still alive here at the end. He takes the sword and just hands it off to a knight. He's too small to carry such a big sword. And then he weeps. Any last words?
Alar looks over the spot where they laid him. Too short a time was it that I knew you, my friend. You inspired a passion in others, a desire to stand when all others run. Your music, your heart, your bravery will never be forgotten. It will be remembered in song. I give you my word. I wish we could have traveled on, my friend. But such is the way of things. Farewell.
Odd to think that you were you were my oldest friend in this place, and yet, in some ways, that seems ridiculous because, honestly, in the big picture, what's been a few months, maybe, but at the other time, it's hard to believe that you're not going to be there to see the end of this. We'll make sure the tales that you've told and the songs you sang won't be forgotten. They're always going to remember the songs of Sir Edward. And I'm sure nobody here will let your name come to pass. And I promise you, I'll do my best I'll bring you back to Brandonsford eventually. If we get it through this, they'll be talking about the sword of Sir Edward. And then maybe they'll remember that Brandon guy. Yeah. And I'll make sure our commission gets done. It was just you and me. We had a duty to do, and honestly, sounds bad on me to say it. It seemed to mean a lot. I was not not for it, but it always seemed to matter more to you than me. I was happy, yeah, so now I feel like I got to take that seriously, and I'll make sure, do my best to find out what happened to those dwarves and get this job done that we both signed on for. Now that I'm the only one left, I'm hoping your memory is enough to inspire others to do what we need to get everybody, whether it's Parenval or the people we've come to meet on since then, get everybody taken care of and what they need, and I'll make sure, do my best that neither of them forget you. Yeah, you guys seem better with words than me, but we'll take it. Your sword is not gonna. It's yours now. So as far as Sir Brandford, and it won't be forgotten.
Helmer kind of steps forward, straightens himself up. He goes, "He was indeed Sir Edward, though he hated when I called him that." Met him at the head of a dead dragon. It's a mighty beast indeed to fell this man. And then he just starts crying. He squeaks out a few words and goes on for like a little bit.
Yeah, the dwarves and humans and hobbits have lost a friend. The elves have one of many thousands of sorrows to carry again, to add to the pile. And so you take your grieving on foot with your horses, actually. You have horses and one empty horse. The smuggler, he takes his hat off at least. So criminal though he is, has at least that much deference. And and you return to the Bent Coin Tavern. Where you find outside that there are a lot of thugs and ne'er-do-wells hanging about, more than usual. It's crowded outside. The corners crowded with muscled thugs. Probably 24 of them around in the square in this part of town. Several people enter with Grindelina Fleece. She says, "Oh, you have made it back safely. But wait, where is the other man?"
A sad silence over the party.
"Ah, that is most unfortunate. I will commend him in my prayers to the All-Father tonight. I promise you. Well, it's a tragedy. I'm sure that you want to conclude our business and be on your way."
Yeah, you'd be right. Yeah.
Out of character, I don't want to bury the lead on this, because I think, and maybe I'm misremembering this, the dwarves at the bridge that guard the way, the way station into the Gemthrone wilderness to the north. I believe they didn't take gems as payment.
No, they laughed at us and told us we have tons of those here. Why would you give us what we already fell?
Just to
They were
not
crummy gems.
completely needlessly put you in a crummy situation, Grindelina Fleece bears no such limitation, and you have like 5 1,000 gold piece gems or something like that. So,
What's the charge for?
she takes out her her
What's her
list.
tab?
Yeah.
We're still due on the first day's visitor's tax, and some interest has accrued. I certainly understand the situation when you arrived, and so I kept it in good faith, providing our services. And she goes on. Anyways, it is 400 gold pieces.
And that includes for the elf we helped too.
Yeah.
How many gems do we got? They're all worth how much each? Like,
You've got
I
like
think Edward,
That's for some change.
or he's Ed. I just blanked on his name. Sorry. He's normally the one that keeps the money records.
That's me.
no, yeah, he
Carlone
does.
does.
But yeah, from last
you
time, we've got like there's like
I don't have it.
oop, that's the wrong one. I looked at the other game's results. And I was like, whoa, 20,000 gold. But anyways, seven brilliant gems, 4 of which are 1,000 gold pieces and 3 are 500 gold pieces. So you could literally give her like one of the 500 gold piece gems, some electrum, and all of your silver, and you'd be good to go.
Yeah, that works.
That works.
That works. Let's do that.
Yeah.
So that would be,
we-
let's see, one of the 500 gold piece gems, all of your silver, and then 40 electrum pieces. So you'd be 110 electrum. No, I'm sorry, 160 electrum and 460 gold in the pot, and then like all the gems you have. Although maybe you want to, you're probably not going to make any money off the gems. So I don't know. Maybe you just want to give her like 2 of the gems because apparently they're worthless in the Gemthrone wilderness. But it's up to you.
I might keep some just for when we get out of this mess.
That's true
Yeah,
too.
we won't be here forever.
Yeah. All right. She says,
And conducting this subtly, given the characters that you said are in the tavern, I don't want people to notice we're flashing a lot of stuff.
right. Yeah. Let's see here. Wonder if it would be this one. I'll use this one. Okay, so you pay her, and she says, "Sympathies again for your friend, and you can come and do work here in Thangara Droom anytime that you like. I will make sure that you have a place here at the Bent Coin Tavern and down here at the lakeside in this part of town. If you should ever like to do business here again." She takes her money and gets up and leaves. We will not do an overland portion. I'm going to skip right ahead to the next scene if that's okay. So you get to the bridge, and the dwarves heartily take 300 gold pieces to be able to pay that fee. And just on the other side, what if we have like some, let me see here. Ooh, sorry. A little loud.
Oh no!
Little too much. Let's. Sure, I should have had this
It sounds like bats.
Bats and
Good question. Who got the
crows,
magic sword?
spiders.
That's beginning to sound like my basement.
You're
I've
prepared.
had an apartment like that. Bertie, did you get the magic sword? Or was there something else you got?
Are you asking me?
Yeah,
so-
did you get the magic sword?
Yeah, I got the Nega sword.
Okay. Trying to remember. Okay, I'm thinking of a different game where Cloak of Valentine showed up. That was the other one. Right, yeah. Never mind.
Yeah, Cloak of
That was
Elvenkind.
Vikings.
That was the Viking game. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's right.
Sorry.
No, no big deal.
I mean, totally this one. Yeah, definitely.
Hey, I am the referee and I don't have that problem ever. Like literally last night, the game system, and then like 4 people are like, Ross, that is not in this game. I'm like, oh, I'm playing too many games right now, or running too many. That's not true. That's never true. Okay. Terrible things happen. You cross the bridge and you crest a hill. There's a mountainous area and there are ruins along the edge where the road cuts into this mountain. And as you crest it, you see a big open valley, a bowl-shaped valley covered with mountains to the east, and on the far end of it for maybe 100 miles across, all the way on the other side of it. And a forest, once verdant, ashen and black, dead in places, teeming with squirming sounds and screeches that echo howls off in the distance, choked in mist. And you see Tharnlin drop to his knees, and he's like, "My home!"
It's very nice.
He wheels back to you, and he's like, "No, it's not."
Oh, good.
He
Not
says,
normal then. If you,
"Yeah." He says, "This the Gemthrone wilderness is a verdant and beautiful and and green place. This barely looks like the Gemthrone wilderness at all."
has it been since you were here?
Well, 2 months, I guess.
Ooh, that's awful fast, huh? Okay.
How long
This-
did it take for those trees to start going sour?
Well, from what we remember from Griff's Bluff, that didn't take long at all.
He looks like utterly like the wind has been taken out of him, and he gets back up to his feet and he says, "I don't know if it matters anymore, but if we're going to go to that tower, we have to go through the Labyrinth of Shadows. Now, we could ask my kin for help. They're that way." And he points off into the wilderness among winding roads and mist and stuff to the mountains to the east. Or, if we just want to be done with this now, whatever is to happen, the forest is straight ahead, miles down just in that valley. And two things that you first of all, for the group, it's obvious to you that this wilderness is absolutely swarming with monsters, like just infested with things. You can even see down below you, because you're up on this hill, where you've crested this mountainside. Down below, in some trees, you can actually see a gigantic spider, half the size of a tree, bow a tree over and get onto the ground and attack something and eat it. So it's just that all the way wherever you go. So if you try to go to the dwarves, you're going to be dealing with that for a long time. The other thing of note is Alara. Now, the other characters would not know this. Alara, you know a lot more about the Labyrinth of Shadows and the tower than anyone else here. Although you've never been there, you know of the towers of the builders of the Elder Days. They're your ancestors, the Aine Norne elves. And this is one such tower. You've probably never been to a tower other than the remnants of hollowed out ones that the humans use, like the Church of the Thrice Blessed in Rebek, for example. And the tower in Perrinval, which you haven't been to, but Ben knows about, is one of the ancient towers. But the towers hold strange powers that your people have sworn an oath to defend and protect and prevent from coming out into the world and repeating the mistakes of your ancestors. And the humans who would then take those powers from you and repeat the same mistakes again and again in an awful cycle. So those are called the stewards, the Aine Norne elves, the wood elves. And you left them to become a ranger because of their tactics, how their cruelty, and the awful things they would do to people, and to, in order to fulfill their mission. The Labyrinth of Shadows, Alara, has magical qualities, and that your people live somewhere within.
And they live in the forest itself, and they guard the tower that we're trying to get to.
Yes.
Lovely.
Sounds like problems on top of problems.
And I'm guessing they wouldn't be too friendly towards Adoralon or I or the other ranger since we left them.
Of note, as you look out over the valley, you see gigantic cart carriage-sized spiders. It's possible they're not even alive. So that's one thing. Now, yeah, they do have a reputation of just killing dwarves and humans.
Yeah, so Arlen, I'm not so sure that it's gonna do us much good to go find our people. I've got this long in 2 months.
It feels like the wind's even knocked out of him further. You see him clutch his chest in sorrow.
I know, it's just, I hate to be the one to say it, but some help would be great if you think we could get there and there'd actually be some there to get to.
Like if we got there and we hired some mercenaries or some foot soldiers, but we also need stuff like oil and we're good for rations, I think, but we're definitely good for
that. They may have intel.
Well, I'm crazy. I have a ton, but yeah, they might have intel.
It might be good to know what we are getting into.
Yes, do they have the ability to still draw breath? That's what I'm worried about.
Oh, yeah.
Or would we be walking into a death trap?
Yeah.
That's a hard one to say out loud.
Yeah, that's what...
But Ben keeps saying it, and Thornlin is just like, oh. He's just, at this point, he's just like, just grieving in advance.
I give him a wine.
He drinks it down in like 3 gulps.
That'll help. That'll help, my friend. Just wait for that to do its thing.
Chance they're not. Maybe. I mean, are we better off trying to find them, and which is going to be worse, going to this place without their help, or getting to them to find the help?
I will give you the mechanical. You don't know what's in the Labyrinth of Shadows. Not even Alara knows. But
Shadows.
But I will give you the mechanical things because I think your character would be able to look and sense this. You, instead of doing 1 encounter check a day, I will do 1 every 3 hours. So that would be 4. Wait, no, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 a day. And then they're multiplied by D3. So if there's 20 goblins, I'll roll a D3 and multiply it by the die result.
Ouch.
To the tower.
Yep, that's kind of what I was thinking.
This place is very... It's in bad shape here.
Yeah. That's what I was like, I don't know that it's going to do us much. The likelihood of finding that help seems
Helmer
scarce.
Helmer gets off of his horse, and he kind of like nuzzles it, and then he goes to the donkey and does the same. Sighs, sits on his horse. Well, it was nice having.
Oh, yeah. Man.
Something will get the horses. Something always.
Mm-hmm.
Or the mules, really. The poor mules are.
Yeah.
Right.
He'll move some of the nicer things and spread those amongst the horses so that the mules.
Yeah. If it's important, you might want to carry it yourself because these horses might just be distractions. Give us time to get away.
Actually, you know what? That's probably something we should do. Who's carrying what? That way, if it does happen again, we're not so much trying to.
Well, if we spread the gems out between us, we'll all have some gems and we won't be all weighed down. I don't know that we have much else of value.
Okay, so we've got 4, 5, 6. We got 6 gems. I'll put 2 in Helmer's stuff. Not on himself, but on his horse. So there's 2 gems at 1,000 each. And 2 for Ben and 2 for Laura. Then you got 2 1,000 gold piece gems. Larry, you've got 2 500 gold piece. You've got the fancy sword, so we don't have to worry about that. The Electrum can just kind of stay with Knob's horse. And the 460, we'll put half on Pablo's horse. And Lobo's horse.
I mean, I'm going to carry the, I have that one book with me still, and then the 3 magic scrolls are going to be in my pack. I'm not carrying those on a horse. Unless I memorized them and I don't need them anymore, but they're going to be with me.
Yeah, actually, yeah, you did memorize them because they're your spells now, yeah, so you're good to go on that.
Bueno. Okay, I feel a little better now.
Okay, so you guys have horses. Everybody has a horse currently. You're encumbered. You're with treasure, so that's 24 miles per day, which is part of why I was doing my math wrong. But it wasn't in part of the other book, but it's here. Anyways, 24 miles a day makes a lot more sense than 48. 6 miles of 24 is a quarter of a day. So you travel a quarter of a day. What is happening there? I'm not sure. A quarter of a day. So that's 2 encounter checks to get to the wilderness. Now, Tharnlin's with you, so you don't have to make a check for navigation. He knows exactly where he's going. And one of the things you notice that he does right away is he stays... there's a road that goes kind of winds down to the east that he mentions, and then there's the forest straight ahead. Actually, that's probably what he'll do. That will make it much faster. So he'll go straight down into the into this draw. And so here we go. 1 in 6 chance. D6. Here we go. A 3. And a 2. So you're able to evade these things that are crawling around in the wilderness, and the sounds of growling, and even sometimes the sounds of combat, of things fighting among themselves. And you make it down to the forest.
Right back. I need some antacids. That's the one I want.
Well, that's not ominous at all.
Had to reload. Okay. Let's see here. The forest here is a hoary, choking, mossy canopy of just darkness. You find that one of you actually needs to light one of your lanterns for eventually for people to see as you start making your way into the forest. And you can hear the winds in gaps among the trees, but for some reason the mist has gathered along the kind of the base of this valley, and it's just very hard to see. So you're going just into mist and darkness and partially rotted and blackened and ashen trees, one after another. And really the best you can hope to do is just go straight into it. Because there is nothing to navigate by out here. Even the elves, like, there's nothing to even see to try to navigate by. So, right away, you see...
Oof.
Oh, that did not sound good.
Oof.
Cards. Alara, roll a d6. Let's see if they're surprised too.
I don't know if that's good or not.
You're not surprised, but you begin to hear noises coming from the mist. Moaning noises, and a lot of them, maybe a dozen or so. And they're coming towards you.
Is it loud enough everyone would hear it, or just me?
You're the one that hears it first, while they're probably 80 yards out in the distance.
Can they see me?
You're not sure, but you cannot see
I mean
them.
my party.
Yes.
Probably going to quietly draw weapons and gesture to my group that there's something ahead, but trying not to draw attention to myself quite yet.
All right. The moaning grows even louder, and then you hear the shuffling in the forest floor, getting faster and faster, and like the growling. And there's like a dozen growls, and it's like they're hungry, and they're just like running towards you. You think that they're maybe 40 yards off at this point.
Is it too dangerous to flee?
You could try to flee if you want to.
Or we could
You
try
have
a
horses.
tree.
How many of them are there? Can we see? Do we know?
You can't see them, but Alara, you think that there are maybe a dozen or so.
There's quite a few.
Much.
And even if we flee them, there's no guarantee we won't run straight into something else. We either try to evade, I think, or maybe try to find a good defense.
Yeah, so if we climb trees, that's not going to help our horses, do we? Get her up a tree and throw some rocks at them? I don't know. Or do we just run and hide? on horseback.
Well, you said they're running straight towards us, so they know we're here.
Yeah, you only have moments until they get to you at
Okay,
this point.
so we can't even just jump to the side then. Think. Trying to remember what my spells were. Oh, there's my notes from last time. Haha. No, it's not them.
All right, and they arrive.
What wretched horrors are
5, 6, 7, 8.
Oh,
And let's see. I gotta go back to maybe one of the previous maps and get you guys. So you'll see something strange here for a second. Oh, there's a bunch of
flashbacks.
Yeah, flashback. Oof, bad flashbacks.
Oh,
Yeah.
all around me are familiar faces.
Oh man. Okay. Dang it, where are you? Here you are. Alright, there you are. I think. I feel like I'm missing people though. Oh, here they are.
Did the other ranger come with us? Besides Adaralan?
Yeah, that's right. She's with you as well.
Oh, and the other two would be here too. Daniel and Lobo.
Alright. Nice, and Daniel. There you go. You got him. Alright. These things are not that big, but I don't want to resize all of them. I bet I could probably do it really quick. I'm getting pretty fast at this. Bam, bam, bam.
It's even got a cool little animation where it goes zoop. Oh, you have to put them back though.
There we go. Okay. Let's see. Birdie, you're the group caller. Roll a d6 for initiative.
Sorry.
Uh-oh. Okay. Let's see. They're going to move, and then they're going to attack and do stuff. You can rearrange your tokens in whatever battle order you'd be in. I assume the hobbits are in the back, actually. That seems to be the SOP.
Yeah. So it's been
Squishy things in the back.
That front.
It's
Oh yeah. We even had a chance to heal any, since we didn't spend that much time resting or anything.
No, you didn't.
Yeah.
You can assume it's the next day, so you can get back D3 hit points. But otherwise, yeah. Alright, let's see here.
3. Okay.
Misses. And let's see, on Jolly, it has to be a 17, misses. This is for Helmer. This is a 17 hit.
no. Wait,
Nice.
wait, it might. Yeah, it does.
It does. Save versus
Does.
paralysis.
Ooh, paralysis. That is. I need a 10. Which one are you? Is it magic? Ooh, made it.
Nice.
So I've discovered that if you have one of your characters highlighted, when you roll, that's who it's going to say you're rolling. For example, it said when I did that, and I rolled for... There's too many attacks.
Sorry.
No worries. It was just I just discovered it. I don't know if that's
Yeah,
relevant.
you're right. You have
Now
to
you
click your
know.
character. You can actually just double click on your token and it'll bring your character sheet up, and then you just use it from there.
Yeah, that's awesome. I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's why I was able to use those monsters so fast. All right, it's your all's turn. What do you do?
Okay. So I've got. Oh, okay. No, they won't be able to do that. But Lobo, Daniel, and Ayana are doing ranged attacks.
Yeah, you guys can. You have to hit an armor class 13, ascending armor class 13. If you're doing a melee attack, and Ben, if you can move around, you can backstab if somebody's in combat with another one, or you can do a bow and do a backstab. Wait, no, I think it has to be a melee attack, right?
Ooh, nat 20 from Lobo.
Let me see. What's it say? This says an unaware opponent from behind. It doesn't say melee or ranged, but unaware from behind. So I don't know if that's even how that works.
No, you got it then. Who is Lobo shooting at?
Just gonna go to this guy here
Okay.
at the end, and then Daniel. Did I roll for Daniel? Lobo, Ayana. I rolled Ayana twice. Sorry, it's not one. Daniel.
Laura, you hit for 20 for 5 damage. Which one are you shooting at?
Is there one we're working on?
This one right here.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go for that one.
Bam, you get it right between the eyes and kill it. Falls over.
First
Okay.
one.
Did the other ranger's arrow hit with a 13?
A 13 does hit. Which one they shoot
I should
at?
write her. Probably the next closest.
All right. How
Maybe.
much damage?
She got a. What did she get? She got a 5 as well.
5 damage. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Homer did
Sneaking
16.
around. He's staying behind and throwing. Didn't make it.
When you guys hit, just let me know and ping it. Actually, it matters now because now we're getting into life and death territory. So the ones you attack matter.
What is the other ranger's name so I can stop calling her that? I had it written down on my sheet.
Yeah,
from
I
last week.
apologize. And in fact, I can change it real quick. You know,
I
that
keep
way.
calling her that.
Right. Hold on, sorry. Her name is Eldrin Pedriel. Eldrin Pedriel.
Okay.
Which one are you currently? Where are you located?
I figured I'm over here. I put myself on the right of the hobbits.
Okay.
And Adaralan's on the left, and then Eldrin is to the left of Adaralan.
Pedriel.
I figured we'd fight from the back, but also put the hobbits in the middle in case something happens. We can try to protect them.
And I will fix it to where I'm not stealing your artwork by next session. I apologize for that.
Oh, I'm fine with it.
Well, I want to. Nice. What? I have too many books. Let's see. I need this one. All right. Did anybody else hit?
No, Helmer's gonna attack this guy right in front of him here.
All right. Did he hit?
Oh, yep. Sorry, he hit for 5 damage.
All right. And that's everybody. All right, here goes the hobbits. They are running low, very low on ammo. They tell you as much. They're like, I'm running out of crossbow bolts.
Need more ammo.
Oh man, and it automatically updated their ammo. That's nice.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. Roll a d6, Alara. All right, you are able to act first.
Okay.
If
So
you-
the same 4 are going to. Oh, sorry, no.
I'm going with the rocks.
Daniel shoots at. It misses. Not a team player, Daniel. Lobo. My man.
Which one are you shooting at, Birdie?
Is there one that's really close to a person? Let's see.
Well, this one is.
Yeah, we'll hit that one.
You take that one between the eyes too. Bam. Somebody had hit it before.
I'll say the closest one to it for 5.
For 5 damage? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
And Eldrin hit. Let's see what the damage is. 3.
Which one?
Eldrin hit next closest. 3 damage.
This one? Or this one? Or...
It looks like up near Helmer. He's getting ganged up on.
Okay.
Yeah, one of those. The
All
left
right.
one, maybe.
How much damage?
3.
Bam, you kill him. He kills one. Right.
Lieutenant Thalia hits this gentleman for 8.
Nice. She lobs his head off.
Awesome.
Sorry, that sounded like Jeopardy a bit.
Jelly misses. How about you, Pablo? Are you in the game? Pablo, come on, man. Come on, lady. You there? You. Alright, that's everybody.
That's everybody. What about Helmer? Did he hit?
Did I miss? Did he hit Elmer?
Do the hobbits have bolts left, or are they gonna wait this volley?
They have a few left, so they're gonna use them because somebody.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Bam! He takes one out. I think. Yeah, he takes this one out. Bam. And then let's see here. Knob. Bam! Also hits. Ugh, 1 damage. That's not much. They only have like 2 crossbow bolts left, and then they're out of ammo. All right. Roll. Wait, no, it's their turn. Misses. This one's gonna try to attack the one down below it. Misses. Okay, I think that is it. Roll a d6. Alara. Alright, you're all able to act first. Nice. Which one?
5. Furthest left.
Alright.
What are we aiming to hit?
13. You hit. Which one are you
13.
shooting at?
I hit then. This one right there next to whoever, next to Anjali.
You crack it in its rotten skull and it slumps to the ground, motionless.
Adarellan takes out the other one next to Helmer and hits him with a 2 damage.
Helmer lobs off its head after you hit it with an arrow.
Lieutenant Thalia hits this one right here for 8 points.
She does the same and beheads this one.
Choppity
You
chop.
have these nasty,
Eco plop.
gross bodies on the
What?
forest floor. And I'm going to move you all closer together and then move you back. And the forest returns to simply the sounds of things echoing, chittering in the distance, wind blowing between the gaps, sometimes the moss lifted up by the breeze, the mists curling in around you everywhere.
Are we able to recover any crossbow bolts for the hobbits?
You could, but it could be pretty dangerous.
Oh.
Because it is rocky and brambly, like the floor, or the forest floor is covered in these gnarled roots, and mist is everywhere. There's a chance they could become lost, and it will take time either way. But you can do it if you want to.
It's not worth it putting him in danger for that.
Between Daniel and Lobo, after everybody does some shuffling, we got 21 arrows left.
Wow.
Yeah. So they've each got 10. I'm gonna give Lobo 11.
I might have some extras since I had a bow and I had, I think, 13 arrows left, but I got a sling that I can pick up rocks with. So
Awesome.
I got that fancy goblin sling that's +1 and does d6 damage. So
Gladly take 13. How are the elves doing?
I have over 30 arrows. And then I'm guessing the other two would have a good number of arrows too.
I'll say they have the same as yours.
Okay, so yeah, around 34 arrows. Which I can share if needed.
Perfect. So write down. 2 archers have 17 arrows.
Alara, roll a d6.
Oh dear.
No, it might be a little weird, but this is kind of part of the math of dungeon.
Why is it double rolling for me? I don't know why it's doing that.
Don't know, but the first roll was a 1.
Yeah, it's not great.
No! Look at you picking and choosing. Going in order.
Every time I click it, it double rolls, and I'm not sure what it's doing. Maybe it's my mouse.
You're traveling through the forest when all of a sudden a gigantic thing falls from a nearby tree, crashing to the floor right next to you. And then there's loud skittering as several more of its companions begin to surround you all. And you can roll a d6. Luckily, they are surprised too.
Found spider.
And they lost the initiative. You all can act first. These are so bad. It's really bad. These need to die fast.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna try and jump on one. Hopefully, people gang up on this one that I'm jumping on because I'm gonna try. Could I get a backstab this first round?
Sure.
If I'm lucky. It's my most damage weapon.
Nice.
So that's +4 to hit with the backstab. So that should hit, and it should do double damage. So that's 11 double damage. That's 22 damage.
Yeah, which one did you jump on? This one?
This one right there on the left. Yep.
Okay. Describe how you kill it.
Oh.
So they
Shelob
fall out of the trees and like and then so I just draw my jeweled cutlass that I've named Rock, and I just jump and bury it in its head between one of its 8 eyes, I guess.
That's awesome.
Nice.
What's the armor class we're trying to hit?
Oh yeah, ascending armor class 12.
All right. Helmet? No, helmet. All right, Lieutenant.
Nice.
Hey, Lieutenant does...
Eldrin does 1 damage.
Lieutenant does 1 damage to this guy right in front of her.
And Alara does 6.
Which one are you shooting at, Alara?
Going to try to take out the second from the left.
All right, with Anjala's hit as well, you're able to take it out. Anjala, it strikes it, an arrow strikes it, and it squeals. It rears up, and Anjala, while it rears up, just takes your blade and drives it into its face, and then it flips over, and curls up, and
Nice.
and then what do you call it? Quivers after it does that. Let's see. Looks like the rest of them have missed so far.
Daniel is my last. Oh, Daniel, we are counting on you, but shouldn't have.
Oh no.
That's 2 Lobo and Daniel both low ones. I don't think they're. I think they're really
sword buried.
Worst.
Sorry. I think I got my sword buried in his head, but I'm keeping it there, and I'm kind of ducking behind it to make it look like it's still moving and not dead. They're moving and hiding behind it.
Itching.
Yeah, you'll get a backstab if you want next turn, yeah. I'm pretty liberal with the backstabs with thieves. To me, that's almost like the main thing you get in combat. Like, you don't have much else to go on with that, so...
Yeah. I have to kill fast or I'm toast.
Yeah. And it's kind of cool to me. I don't know. I like backstab. I might be prejudiced because I like thieves. It's probably my second favorite class in the game.
Yeah. I'm partial to thieves in most of my systems, so...
Alright.
If you can justify it, I'll get it.
Knob hits this one for 4 damage. It's not enough, though. Oh boy. Alright, the first one is... Well, I'm going to swap Pablo out. And I know this is a little bit of if that's okay, because that's what Chris said he wanted to use Pablo. So,
Blood armor.
I know.
That would suck to have the second character killed first thing.
Yeah, I mean, like if it's just like yeah, exactly. And there are plenty other people to kill. Is my thing. That's all. They
I
miss.
got attached to my little band of knights here.
Alara, roll a d6. Nice, you got a 4. You can act first.
Am I able to use magic missile on one of them?
Yeah, absolutely. You would declare it at the top of the round, and it would happen at the end of the round. So, yeah.
I'm going to use magic missile on the fighter on the right.
All right. So you'll wait until the end of combat, actually. I think. Let me make sure I'm not crazy. This is one of those where I miss.
If they kill it, then the spell doesn't get used, kind of thing.
Yeah. So the winning side acts. So no, it just has. I don't really understand, but it says winning side acts spellcasting, so that means you're good to go. So you can attack, and you just automatically hit d6 plus 1.
Yeah, there's no save, no shaking. It just hits the spider. From what I read of the spell.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Lobo does 5 damage to this guy. Helmer does 5 damage to this guy.
All right.
And Lieutenant. Oh, Lieutenant. Pablo, how about you? You in? Yeah, that 20 from Pablo. For max damage.
All right. No need to cast the spell, actually. Save you a spell slot there.
Yay! Nice.
I think Daniel's starting to get over his fear of the woods here. Just good. Happy to see that. It's a lot of rolling, but I'm getting attached to these characters. My little band of merry knights.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna put you all back together again. Put the hobbits in
You
the
also
back.
get invested in them a little bit.
Yeah.
Don't die, don't die. I know you're not mine, but still.
I'm a little NPC.
All right. At this point, as you all travel through the forest, you've been here for a while. I have here that you can start attempting navigation checks, but I'm going to make the navigation check real crazy. Alara, roll a 2d6 for your navigation check as an elf.
Let's see.
Ranger.
It's the second time the music has done the thing where it's
Oh,
perfectly on
it
time.
rolled one. It rolled twice. 3 times? I don't know.
It rolled once, but
Okay.
that one die is too high to be able to find your way anyway.
Oh, okay.
Um,
So, yeah.
Well, wait.
Disoriented after the spiders.
I'm sorry, I'm getting it the wrong way. I'll say if you get an 11 or above. So you can roll one more d6. If you get a 5 or a 6, you got it.
Nope.
Don't. So we continue to wander in the Labyrinth of Shadows, hoping to find our way. And roll another d6 Alara. It may be that this place just wears you all down and you just slowly get taken by the earth.
Oh, and it rolled 3.
6, 4. Okay, so 4. Okay, gotcha. So you're not surprised. And then I gotta do something real quick.
Starting to see how valuable the druid's ability to not get lost unless it's a 1.
Yeah, the ranger and the druid. Yeah.
Unreal. I think the gnome has that for underground stuff. Cuckoo bunkers.
Here we go.
Maybe cuckoo bunkers.
Got it. I don't know if you all want to hear what I often say. I will say it. I often say, I wasn't expecting this to go so well.
Yay!
I wasn't expecting this to go so badly.
Ooh!
I'm in charge of navigation, so, you know.
It's not that.
Alright. The hat
It's,
in combat mode.
The attrition, well, so far nobody's died, so I guess it could be worse, is one way to look at it.
You can't just say it out loud.
No, that's
That's
like
an
saying
inside
it's too
thought.
quiet around here. You don't say that.
Okay. And you can, let's see, actually, let me see if they're surprised. That's pretty huge if they are. They're not. So, once again, you can roll a d6. 5. I'm going to see how far away they are. They're very far away. And
You
they're
can't roll that
stumbling.
many.
They're stumbling towards you. So this is good news. You can basically, you got all the time in the world to act. That's the good news if you have arrows. See if they can act first.
What was that?
They cannot. So you all can, they are currently 180 yards away though. And that's times
Can we
3.
see what they are?
They're these shuffling, moaning
Oh, those again.
figures, except now some of them have flesh, bits of dried flesh and stuff. One of them, their shoulders stuck to their head, and they're just shuffling towards you slowly. I think they maybe even act at the end of initiative anyway, because they're... Let's see. Can't remember.
See, long range, so that means I got a penalty to hit. I think it's with the, you said they're 160 away, is that what you said?
So this would act as basically 180 feet because you're in the wilderness. So you can,
180 feet.
yeah. If you're looking at the
Okay,
range
I can
table.
only go 160 feet. This is the farthest my range goes to that sling, so.
Oh, they always lose initiative. My bad.
Oh, nice.
They're slowly
Helmer?
shuffling toward you.
Elmer's going to call upon the Grass Mother and attempt to turn undead.
All right, go for it.
So I think I roll 2d6. Fairly new to this, and I have yet to quite... And all my even DMing and playing of this one, I haven't quite figured out how Turn Undead works, but here's my 2d6. It's not great. And... it kind of confuses me. My brain just doesn't want to. So... Number of HD affected, so 4. Turning undead.
Let's see here. Well, I just had it up, and then I'm pretty sure that affects all of them. And in this game, I don't think so original or in Swords and Wizardry, you have like 2 different rolls. I don't think you do that in this. I think it just tells me the number of hit dice affected, and then that just happens. So pretty powerful, I think, if I recall correctly. Maybe I'm wrong.
Okay, so it's Turn Undead, player rolls 2d6, consults the table opposite, comparing the roll against the hit dice.
Alright, it's 2 hit dice, so they flee,
Yo!
terrified. Oh, that's not the right one. There we go.
Turns out I could have done that at level 3, but I didn't know. Also, I can summon a steed right now, but I had forgotten. But, well, I shouldn't say I'd forgotten. I had looked at that about 20 minutes ago when it was important more than that many minutes ago. Irrelevant, I don't know. Brain no do goodly.
Alright. Alright, Alara, you can once again, and you're not sure how much time has passed. It's just hard to tell. Alright, so you got 1 6. You need one more 5 or 6.
No.
Isn't it
well.
6?
I'll take it. Alright. So, what you find is actually the outline in the mists, a small clearing with huts, and a large tree towering from the clearing, and the flickering of sconces of light. Alara, this is an Ainorne elf, a wood elf camp.
Does it look inhabited? I'm guessing
Yes.
it would. Oh shoot. And do they know what Ainorne are? Does anyone in my group? Would anyone in my group, our
only-
group, know? In general.
Only the elf, the two elves know what you know. Tharnlin believes the elves here eat dwarves.
Oh, they do. I'm pretty sure.
Ooh! Starlin's is getting all the good news today.
So I'm probably gonna talk really quiet so that I don't know how good elf hearing is, but this camp is inhabited by our kin who are guardians of this tower and are significantly less friendly. It should be assumed that they are hostile and do not draw any attention to yourself.
As you say that, you hear bowstrings pulled, and you can see figures in the trees all around you.
May have settled.
You hear the dwarf breathing from.
Dwarf, right?
Or
Would
actually, I
it
guess
do our group any good for those of us who are rangers to reveal that we are elves? Or no?
You could do that.
Okay,
But-
so I'll say we'd probably immediately pull down our hose. I'm like, if they want us dead, we're going to be in a battle anyway. But at the very least, maybe it'll help.
All right, what do you say?
We mean you no harm, Guardians. We are your kin, here on an urgent errand.
One of them just like sloughs off of the tree as if like an apple and lands next to you and then looks at you curiously. Carrying none of the pretensions of trying to make the humans and dwarves comfortable. And so moving in a strange and flighty, dancy, alien way, which is your natural gait and your natural form of movement. And just like looks at you, and then in Elvish says, "Ah, kin, or traitor."
And it is. We have never betrayed our kind. Our beliefs may differ, but our loyalty is still the same.
Another elf just kind of glides up, moving in a way. The rest of you see these elves move. They look like wood elves, except elves, to me, are more of the Ralph Bakshi elves, like big weird eyes and slender face and like you know, alien. They move in a really disconcerting way. Like the one that wasn't there suddenly comes from the mist and looks like a child just like prancing up to Alara. And no one should be prancing here right now. He prances up and says, well, actually, I guess I need... He says, Rithlian, please. Things have changed whether we like it or not. We have already failed. And then he turns and then like glides away. And this other elf is like, forgive Horithion. He has been the captain of our guard for centuries. He takes his charge very seriously. These are tense times, these moments, here at the very end, when everything we have hoped for is falling apart.
I don't know that I would say you have failed, as you have fought bravely and bought us time. Time is precious. We have come to aid. Although we are not all elf kind, we have come to aid and prevent this evil from coming upon this world again. Our task has not failed yet. It cannot.
Perhaps. Cousin, something that you will learn soon, even when times were well here in the Labyrinth, there is no time. Korthabian is our chief. Follow us. Come ahead into Rayo Taesi. And a kind of tree-mounted, like among the trees, there's a sort of phalanx of these wood elves that hop and skip and prance between the trees on either side of you all, kind of guiding you all into this village where you could still be shot at any time. Let's see. This is a top-down view.
Now, out of curiosity, are we in the trees or on the ground?
You're on the ground, so like you're probably coming from this direction. Well, actually, directions mean nothing right now, but probably, you're coming through this entrance, and there's wood elves all around you, and wood elves in the village, and you see no children, which is not completely uncommon, but you'd usually see a few, and there are no children. You see no livestock and no crops. You see that as you get closer, these huts are sort of like pods, and they've been grown from the ground gently and slowly over a very, very long period of time. And then you see in the center is a massive tree. This tree towers probably 40 feet up above you as you get closer. But you can see that it's infested with things, and it's clearly very sick, and portions of it are blackened. It carries no leaves. And you pass a place that has a large number of warriors, all with bows. Although they're not trained on you, you can see that they're elves kind of like darting to the sides off on the side of your vision if you're a human or a dwarf or a hobbit. And eventually they lead you to this pod in the back, where even for an elf, you see that there is an elderly elf, This person that met you, he nods and like bows to this person and says, "Yorthon, is Corthabian well?" And the person he calls Yorthon says, "You have brought aliens." This is all in Elvish, so Alara, you can understand all this. "You've brought intruders, barbarians. You've brought them here to the Ilex, the great tree, to the holy place. What have you done? It is desecrated now." And then he looks around and he says, "Everything is desecrated." And then he gets a somber look on his face and nods. And then he motions for you all to enter this pod. All of this is just in Elvish, the rest of you probably can't understand.
It's been a lot of Elvish for a while.
This is true. Yes.
What's going on?
Yes.
What's happening?
Yeah, like all the
What are they
humans.
talking about?
You see like these figures darting among the trees, like at the speed of like monkeys or squirrels or something. But they're people and they have bows. So like, they could basically probably just kill you if they wanted to. Mm-hmm. That's what the human experience right now.
Yeah.
And then like people saying things that you don't understand.
I'm going to take the lead to head in kind of warily on my guard and signal to Adaralan to take up the rear. I mentioned to the group, be on your guard. Do not do anything suddenly. They do not trust us. Nor do I think they even like us, but for now we are tolerated. Let us hope that it remains that way. They may yet allow us to pass, or aid in this task.
Okay. You go into the pod, leaving everybody else, and you see an ancient elf laying on old dry straw in this pod. Looks almost like a cadaver, like like one of the things you fought in terms of either age or sickness or both. And coughs when you come in and looks at you. We're like, one of the traitors. The Grass Mother. It is her sense of humor to torment and torture us now, even as the Elex dies.
Now, as an elf, would I know what, I guess, typical old or ancient ways to show respect, whether through a bow or a gesture?
Yeah, totally. Yeah. Probably, yeah. And whatever you think it is, yeah.
So I would probably kind of do a partial bow with my head low. I am sorry for our differences. While our beliefs may vary, we are still kin. Our goals, I believe, are still the same.
As you say all this, the captain, Herethion, comes back and points and says, The servant of your son has led a whole army here into our lands, and now our holy site, the ground, is fouled, and the old wizened, like nearly deformed almost with sickness or age or both, elf raises his hand to silence him and says, "Everything the traitor says is true. We are kin, no matter what. And the time has come that we must act and do anything we can." And he says that, a group of demons has scoured the forest for our kin. 2/3 our number lay dead. Only what you see in this village remains. We of the tree, the ancient stewards of the tower, we can navigate the labyrinth. Its spirits, though muted and quiet, we can still hear. Yolthan, my son, he looks for a way to help me. But so long as whatever causes this in the tower is there, there's no hope. The dead, the many dead of dwarves and humans walk among the forest. Their numbers are unending, and something has changed the beasts of the forests.
Indeed, we have seen evidence of this in our travels, and it is why we are here. Our forest is in danger. Our people are in danger. Our very existence and way of life. We will do whatever we can to stop this evil, or we will die trying.
He points outside the hut, and he says, "Barbaric, ignorant, and foul as they are, the humans and the dwarves come from the earth. They billow forth from the Grass Mother's womb. And so now we must all help and come together. It's clear she has brought you here." And then the captain is like, "This is madness. It is madness to approach the tower. No one understands its mechanisms." And he's like, "Silence. Their fate will be the test of their own word. Before the forest spirits fall silent and our seers go mad, you should go. Travel through the labyrinth as quickly as you can. I cannot help you. None of us can when you reach the tower, for its ways are lost to our people. Now, out of character, that is something that you don't know, and you have never heard before in your centuries.
That the ways of the tower are lost to us?
Yeah, you
Or
know that
that-
there were these stewards of these towers, but, like, apparently they don't know how the tower works, and they've never even been in it.
Huh. Keeping a straight face. You mentioned mechanisms around these towers. Do you know what it is we are up against on the outside, or is that also unknown?
I was here before the war, 1,000 years ago. I was already a warrior in those times. We lost the war against the humans, the kingdom of the light. My elders that were alive in those days came to this place, the ancient elder days and the builders and the youth of this land, 2 millennia ago. They told me stories of what they could do. They said that they could fly cities like a bird, that whole cities and worlds could change from lakeside to ocean, to decadent delights, pleasures beyond speaking. As a young warrior, their words mystified me, but they made no sense. And I have never seen one of our kind enter a tower and leave. But these demons have.
Well, this is something that we will definitely learn of during our quest. We have already encountered one of these demon kind, and will do what we can to put an end to them.
You should go as fast as you can. This village will not last much longer, and the spirits will go quiet, and the screams will grow louder.
I once again bow in respect and lower my head, and then turn to head out back to the group.
You were accompanied, given charge by the village elder Christoffer, by a seer who can claim to hear the forest spirits, and by a warrior. Oh, nice. That's good news.
Yay!
Yay, whatever that was.
That's good.
All right, what do you do? What do you say? This fly's driving me crazy.
The good news is that we are allowed passage, and will be allowed to complete our quest without any hindrance from the Aine Norne. The bad news is an unknown terror dwells at that tower, that even approaching it can bring death, and they know not what waits. But if we do not complete our quest, it will be the end of my people.
Helmer makes the sign.
They're not going to eat us.
Normally, they would be significantly less friendly than they are currently. As it is, they are desperate.
I like how you let they would hang for a bit.
I like that too, yeah.
When he tenses up, oh.
All right. The seer awaits, ready to listen to the forest spirits to guide you through the labyrinth when you are prepared. Do you want to spend like a day here to get like one more D3 hit points back? Or do you think?
Possibly. Are we able to get arrows too, or crossbolts, or are they fresh out?
Yeah, they'll give you some.
As we
some
could
arrows.
use that.
Yay!
They themselves are running out, so they can give you 20. They do not have crossbows, which is pretty awful. However, I can swap them out for short bows, which are like long bows for the little hobbits.
Anything works at this point.
Do they have any slings?
Yeah, they could do that. Yeah. I mean, that's a good point, actually, because, let's see, weapons. I'll just give them slings. They don't run out of arrows with slings. Bam, he's got a sling. What else do you all want to do while you're here, or is there anything else you want to do?
Can I give slings to my knights as well?
Yeah.
Sweet.
Do we plan to bring our horses with us to the tower?
Oh, yeah, they recommend against that. That the horses would actually make things worse, probably.
Because it might be better to leave the horses here.
Yeah, I guess that is probably better. So it's
Better for the horses.
yeah, I'm gonna take 2 things of oil this time. So I've got lantern, 5 torches, tinderbox, rations, water skin, holy water, oil. So I got 2 slots left.
What was it? They said there were 3 things to take down a demon. We'll need to cut off its ambition, figure out deny it what it wants. Discover its true name and banish it. They mentioned there may be some at the tower, and I'm not sure how we will accomplish this, but this is what my captain recommended to defeat one.
That sounds like a little. Sounds like a riddle.
It does not sound as if they can be defeated solely in combat.
All right. Anything else? Any other preparations to make? Ben or Laura?
Are we going to rest, or are we gonna?
We need to rest.
I mean, I've had 11 out of 15 hit points, so I don't know.
Are you sure? If I look, are they?
Oh.
No, you're fine. You've been freaking out over nothing.
Nice.
I could have sworn his orcs got me good, or something did. Yeah. I don't even remember what it was. See, it was all in my head. Yeah.
You're not hurt. You're just a silly goose.
All right. Are you all ready to go?
As ready as we'll ever be, I think.
All right. They lead you back into the forest. You travel for a ways for some time. The valley here choked with fog until finally you begin to see something cresting over the top of the trees, about 30 feet tall.
Oh.
It looks like an amalgamation of vegetation and stone and meat all coming together in ways that don't make sense to the eye or the mind. This is something that just pokes up out of the trees at first, among the mists, till you get closer, and then the elves step back as they decide. In Elvish they say, "This is as far as we can go to help you, Ken."
I give them both a nod of respect. We thank you for your aid.
They bow and nod back. Yeah, this is what you see, and then they fade into the mist to await your fate and listen.
So when you said tower, how?
What? Say it again? I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry. So when you said tower, I thought tower,
Oh, yeah.
not meat pillar. I don't like it.
I must admit, this is not at all what I expected.
It awaits there about, actually, let me see, this opening is probably several miles across. This kind of bowl in the bottom of the valley. This thing sits at the center of it. But you look across and you see one of the ancient towers of the elders of the elder days of the Vale. And that's where we'll end the session for tonight.